Dear listeners, today, we bring the story of a husband who finds his wife in a very weird situation. Please show your support by hitting the subscribe button and share your thoughts on the story in the comments section. My name is Ron, and I'm facing a tough period in my marriage. I'm 30 years old, married to Lisa for almost 6 years now. We met in college and our connection was instant. The first 4 years of our marriage felt like an extended honeymoon, but things took a turn in the 5th year. Lisa started acting differently, and I knew something had to change. I suggested couples therapy to get our relationship back on track, but she declined, insisting she needed time for herself. Wanting to be understanding, I agreed. However, during this time, intimacy became a distant memory, and any attempt to initiate it ended in arguments. We even started sleeping in separate rooms. It became evident that something was wrong when I noticed changes in her behavior, laughing at her phone, walking away during calls, and going to a different room to finish conversations. These were behaviors she hadn't exhibited before. She said she needed space. As suspicions grew, I couldn't ignore the signs. She started staying late at work every night. And when I called, I was told she left hours ago. The trust was eroding. When I confronted her, she laughed it off, claiming it was just an office prank, saying they often lied about leaving early. Recently, I noticed some unsettling behavior from my wife, Lisa. As suspicions grew, I decided to take matters into my own hands and hired a private investigator. The evidence I received was damning, confirming my fears. Yet, I chose to bide my time, waiting for the right moment to confront her. Her birthday was just around the corner, and I saw an opportunity to reveal the truth in the presence of others, hoping to minimize any potential fallout on my end. One peculiar incident that heightened my suspicions was when she went out for milk late at night and didn't return until 2 a.m. without a trace of milk in hand. It was a red flag that something was off. The same thing happened the next day. So I walked behind her to check. She was talking to someone, and I could hear her telling the other person in phone that she misses him and wants him inside her bed. She then said that her birthday is coming and she wants to ride him. She later hung up, telling him to bring the ropes. I did not know what is the rope for. I was heartbroken. I went back and lay in my bed. As her birthday approached, I asked about her plans. Strangely, she insisted on me going out with friends while she preferred to stay home alone, claiming she had to work and didn't want to be reminded of aging. I agreed. Little did she know I was meticulously planning to expose her affair during what was supposed to be a surprise party for her. In days leading up to her birthday were filled with meticulous planning and careful concealment of the brewing storm. 2 days before the big day, I reached out to 2 close friends, a male and a female, and briefed them on the surprise party I intended to throw for Lisa. They agreed to keep it a secret. I also contacted her parents and younger siblings, rallying them to join in the surprise. On the morning of her birthday, I pretended to head out while actually going to a friend's house to coordinate everything. After a few hours, everyone was ready just outside our apartment. We took the elevator up, her mother holding the cake, and I emphasized the need for silence. Unlocking the door with anticipation, we tiptoed our way to the bedroom, cameras rolling and cake in hand. Everyone wore grins of excitement, ready to surprise the woman we all loved. However, as I threw open the door and we all shouted surprise, the shocking revelation left us all dumbfounded. Let me explain the scene. My wife, with her affair partner, both of them in their birthday suits. My wife had her hands tied up behind her and her legs all spread and tried up to ensure that they are spread wide open. AP had handcuffs and was drilling her, and she had blindfolds on. It was a scene straight out of a bondage movie. AP was black. The room fell into chaos. Her mom dropped the cake. Her sister screamed. Her father tried to shut off the camera. I stood there in horror, speechless. I had no inkling that any of this was happening. Her friend, trying to salvage some dignity, pushed everyone out while scolding her for her betrayal. She went in and untied my wife. Got the handcuffs off the AP. My ex-wife was left sobbing and screaming, and her lover scrambled to put his pants on, desperate to escape the situation. It turned out to be one of the most unexpected and bizarre birthday presents I had ever given, exposing a truth I never could have imagined. Going through all of that was a real roller coaster for me. The divorce came shortly after the whole surprise birthday debacle. With the private investigator's evidence and the fact that her family and our friends saw everything unfold, the blame rightfully landed on her. Her friend, who had also experienced infidelity, was there to witness it all. Their shared vow to never cheat seemed like a distant memory. The private investigation revealed her lies and exposed that she was using our money for her affair. I managed to get some compensation for what she spent during our marriage, but losing half of my savings in the divorce stung. Despite the financial setback, there was a silver lining. Her actions led to her being cut off from her family's will, and she was excommunicated from the family. Even her younger brother, who she had consoled when he was cheated on, now viewed her as a hypocrite. While I can't help but feel frustrated about the financial aspect of the divorce, I've come to terms with it. The most important thing is that she's no longer a part of my life. It's been a tough journey, but I'm grateful to have moved on from a relationship that turned out to be built on lies and betrayal. Dear listener, if you have reached this far, please click on the subscribe button. It will be a great help.